Morning, more than 1 million people are waking up without power in New Orleans. This video shows you the moment that all of the lights in that city went dark, as they're about a half an hour away from official sunrise.
So within the next few hours, the city, of course, is going to get a closer look at the destruction left behind. Today, as the sun rises, our Jobin Paniker is covering the storm for us in New Orleans. So he joins us from the convention center across from the port of New Orleans. Jobin, you and photographer Josh Stephen have just been doing a remarkable job out there. We're so glad that you guys are safe. What can you tell us this morning?
Well, we chose this location for a reason. It's near blackout conditions here in downtown New Orleans. We actually have some emergency lighting that we can work off of here at the convention center. These lights have stayed on for the majority of that storm that hit us yesterday and sort of continues to hit southeast Louisiana. We have not had power in our hotel since about 6 o'clock. No power, no water, also very spotty cell service. As you said, we're going to see some of the first images as soon as the sun comes up of the damage from this hurricane. We're really lucky here where we are. Keep in mind, to put this in context, we have people that are flooded in their homes, isolated in their homes without power. Here in downtown New Orleans, we have very, very minor damage. We've got, some shredded vegetation. We've got, obviously tree limbs. We've got some, tree branches that have come down. No flooding at all. The drains have worked, which is a good sign, which from what I understand is a complete 180 from what we saw 16 years ago when Hurricane Katrina hit. We want to show you some images from yesterday. This is our vantage point from inside our hotel, from at least some spots where we could actually get some pictures out. We saw sustained high winds, spots of heavy rain for 8 to 10 straight hours. Obviously, losing power does change everything. Keep in mind, as I said, there are people isolated in their flooded homes without power. We feel lucky. In these hotels, though, we have people sleeping in the lobby, in the hallways. And let me just say, this was the safest place for them to be yesterday and today. The elevators do not work, so you have people struggling to get up flights of stairs. They're wearing masks. You have families with very small children. We had a chance to talk with some people yesterday. Listen to this.
It just lets me know that we can always rebuild and put the pieces back together. That's what that means to me.
I think in the end, everything gonna be all right, though. I mean, ain't nothing we can do about it. Just gotta hunker down and hope for the best.
And we heard that often, hope for the best. It is unclear when power will come back. We understand that our hotel at least is working to get generators back on, but keep in mind, for the people we've talked with, losing power is just an inconvenience. They are thinking about their loved ones, they're thinking about their homes, they want to get back to their homes, rushing back to their homes, and that's probably not advisable, at least for the time being. Reporting live here in New Orleans, I'm Jobin Paniker.
Yeah, Jobin, thank you for that report and the work you and Josh Stephen are doing there in New Orleans. I want to show you some images from social media, giving us just an idea of how powerful and destructive the storm is. You might have seen this video from New Orleans, just east of there. Within an hour, water rushing up to the front of this fire station. Really just gives you a sense of just how powerful Ida has been. Cleo Green joins us now with a look at some more of the latest videos from around the Gulf Coast. So many folks affected by this storm, Cleo.
Yeah, Mark, and we've been tracking videos and posts all morning long. The situation right now, well, it's dark, like Jobin mentioned, and there's no telling when the power will be restored, and cell service especially spotty as well. Here's a quick look at the Entergy power outages. The red is no good. There's over 1 million customers offline from Louisiana to Mississippi. An Entergy spokesperson has said this morning that there is a catastrophic damage to their transmission system. This morning, officials are tweeting what's going on. I mean, all morning long, officials have been tweeting. We're going to start with the 911 call center in New Orleans, saying at this time, 911 is experiencing some technical difficulties. So if you're in an emergency, go ahead and find your nearest fire station. So if you're trying to reach a loved one or a family member, please remember that the call system is down. Cell service is really bad. Can we go to our next tweet here? Here we go. Very sensitive. The Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office, they just tweeted a few minutes ago that we understand evacuees are very anxious to return to survey the damage and possibly assist others. Today is not the day. Parish officials will be making an announcement about re-entry in the near future, but it will not be today. So if you're here in North Texas and maybe you're thinking about going home sometime soon, if you live in this area, or maybe other parishes, please, I would check in because you might not be allowed to go back home at this point. And yes, we're looking at a lot of video here. ABC News looking at some surveillance video that they're checking on, seeing those structures flooded. And of course, Hurricane Ida, now a tropical storm, just really showing the damage of the wind and the flooding that we're going to see this morning when we get those images. I'm going to end with Charles Peak here, who showed us some video here of a large tree that uprooted and topped into a home in Morgan City, Louisiana. I mean, I'm really curious to see what it looks like now as the sun starts to rise and a lot of help gets in to maybe assist people who are flooded inside of their homes. The Louisiana National Guard also tweeting in the last 72 hours, we have activated nearly 5,000 guardsmen staged in 195 high water vehicles, 73 rescue boats, 34 helicopters ready to assist. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Cleo, thank you. This storm hits home for a lot of you who are here in North Texas, and some of you are here because you evacuated, as Cleo mentioned. Some of you may have friends or family in Louisiana, and our community is stepping up to help our neighbors, as we always do. FEMA's Regional Coordinating Office is in Denton. We got a closer look inside the center, where they're planning for hurricane recovery efforts. Encore says it's working with its utility partners in Louisiana this morning, and crews are ready to head east when necessary. Kara Soule live on assignment for us from Dallas with more on local volunteer efforts. Kara, good morning.
Good morning, Sonia. Yes, Texas Baptist men are gearing up to head out this morning to see our friends in Louisiana. In fact, in the last 5 or 10 minutes, I've started seeing volunteers arrive. They're going to be leaving here at about 7:30 this morning. And I commented to one of the organizers earlier today that they seemed like a well-oiled machine. And he said, yeah, we've been doing this, responding to storm aftermath since 1967. So they know who to talk to, who to work with, and their volunteers are ready. This is the first wave of people, about 45 volunteers they're going to be sending down there. That's how big this effort is going to be. There'll be many more that will head down for cleanup efforts, but there are a lot of organizations who are helping out and who are gearing up to go to Louisiana. Let's check out this live picture right now for you, and let's give you another look at who's awake up early and ready to get started. So a live look at World Vision. This is an international humanitarian group with a large presence in North Texas. It's already getting organized at its Grand Prairie warehouse, gathering items like tarps, water, cleaning supplies to take to victims. The DFW chapter of the American Red Cross is sending an American emergency response vehicle down to Louisiana, and that is packed with supplies. The Salvation Army of North Texas has 2 canteens ready to deploy if needed, and the trucks are equipped with the power system because we know they're having those power issues all over, fresh water, ovens and freezers, so they can feed thousands of people like the Texas Baptist men. So 3 members of the Frisco Fire Department have also deployed with Texas Task Force 1. That's a FEMA urban search and rescue team for potentially anyone who stayed behind or was left behind. We can't forget the pets who might be left behind as well. The SPCA of Texas has already received nearly 30 homeless cats and kittens from Louisiana. They'll take care of them in shelters until they can find new homes. But as I mentioned, volunteers just now starting to show up, and you know, they need help right now. Usually they only accept monetary donations during this time, but they're actually opening it up until Thursday at this location. They're looking for packets of water, cases of water, or cleaning supplies, right? So they're going to be sending another wave of people down there to clean up. So they're taking donations here until Thursday if you'd like to be a part of that. And this is one of those times too where they're also looking for volunteers. So they have to go through some training courses first, but they need young people to be able to get down there, move heavy things, use their chainsaws. So there are plenty of opportunities and ways to help. But again, they're going to be heading down there this morning, and we're going to be here when they do. Sonia, back to you.
All right, Kara, thanks so much for that. If you want to help anyone impacted by Hurricane Ida, you can text the word Ida to 214-977-6028, and we'll send a link directly to your phone.